All right, joining us from Media Night, here's TSN's Kara Wagland. And Kara, you know, because you've covered Super Bowls, it always happens on the Monday, Media Night. But this is the first one in Vegas. It's the entertainment capital of the world. So was it a heightened atmosphere like? What was the atmosphere like tonight?
Well, there's certainly a lot of people. They just flashed on the big board behind me that they hit a new opening night record with 23,000 fans here. You can probably hear some of them. Some 49ers fans to my left are making all kinds of noise. So they've been having a great time screaming for all their favorite players as they've been getting scrummed and kind of watching. But I do feel a little cheated. I kept hearing these stories about brides proposing to players and all these really colorful characters. And this is my second media night. And there's some interesting people. There was a guy with a luchador mask who was handing out luchadors and a couple of flamingo suits and things like that, walking around. Carrot Top, I think it was Carrot Top. It's tough to tell these days. I think he's here asking for tickets from Travis Kelce to the Super Bowl. But other than that, it's been pretty tame, other than just a lot of people, a lot of noise, a lot of entertainment. We had the Blue Man Group kicking things off with a performance. So it's been a lot of fun, but there hasn't been the craziness of years past so far.
Oh, that's a bummer. And I should say, Carrot Top still performing at the Luxor every night, and the best deal on the Strip, I'm told. So if you have a night off, Kara, you might want to go see Carrot Top. Don't knock until you see it. Okay.
It is on the itinerary, yes.
Okay, so it's the fourth time in the last 5 years the Chiefs have been to the Super Bowl, but it's the first time that they've had a player date probably the most famous woman in the world leading up to the Super Bowl. How much, Kara, does Taylor Swift's relationship with Travis Kelce change how this night felt compared to maybe previous media nights you've attended?
I mean, the Taylor Swift effect has been in full effect at media night. The scrums have been deep. He was about 7 rows deep at one point in his scrum. So I sat in on the first 30 minutes of his scrum, and the first 20, I think he got maybe 2 football questions. There's a lot of questions about, of course, it came on the heels of the Grammys on Sunday night, so there was a lot of questions. Do you know anything about Taylor Swift's new album? Have you heard it? The plans for Valentine's Day? My favorite question for Travis Kelce about Taylor Swift was, how has Taylor Swift helped your on-field game? Even Travis didn't know how to answer that when he kind of sat on for a little while. He's like, I'm going to have to think about that one, man. I guess I have a heart of gold and go out there and leave it out on the field. Like, he just seemed confused, but handled all of it with so much grace. You could tell at one point he was maybe getting a little annoyed with all the T Swift questions, asking if he was going to go to Australia next. And he was just took it all in stride, kept a smile on his face, tried to have fun with it when he could. But man, there was probably, I'd say 95% of the questions that Travis Kelce got in the 45 minutes that he was on the podium were all about Taylor Swift.
All about T-Swizzle. I guess I get it. But for the Niners are not the team trying to repeat as Super Bowl champs. They're not the team currently being seen as maybe the villains of the league because of the Taylor Swift association. Those headlines are for the Chiefs. San Francisco happy to just let things ride and just coast into Sunday. Do you sense that the Chiefs are maybe feeling a little more pressure at this point, Kara?
I don't think they're feeling pressure. It's interesting because both teams seem to be trying to paint themselves as the underdogs heading into this with no pressure on their shoulders. The Chiefs, looking back at their season, I think in previous years, there's a little more doubt on this team considering how the offense has underperformed at times. They haven't had the strongest record heading into this Super Bowl. So they're kind of playing a little more off that, but you get the sense that nobody has more confidence in this current Chiefs team than in their own locker room. They are just brimming with confidence listening to Patrick Mahomes, to Travis Kelce, to Chris Jones. They all sound confident, but I think they are playing a little bit on the fact that there isn't as much pressure on them. They've been here before. The 49ers now, it's really interesting. You're seeing them putting out hype videos and kind of painting themselves as a little bit of an underdog themselves when they've been favored each and every game this season, including the Super Bowl, where last check they were 2.5-point favorites heading into this one, and yet they're kind of trying to put the ball in the Chiefs' court and be like, no, we're kind of the underdogs. There's more pressure on them. They've been here before. They're trying to repeat, trying to become the first back-to-back Super Bowl champions since the Patriots did it. And so, we're just here to have fun. So it's very interesting to see how they're both trying to take that underdog role, but neither team seems to be feeling a whole lot of pressure heading into Sunday. They both seem loose. It's early on in the week. Maybe that will build as the week continues to go on, but both teams look like they're just enjoying the moment. It's really fun. One of my favorite parts of media night is seeing all the players come out and kind of just act like fans, because you realize that they're just enjoying the moment as well. The phones are out. They're recording, taking videos, taking photos with other players. It's just a fun atmosphere.
So because you are in Las Vegas, Kara Wagland, and I'm in the Las Vegas of Canada, Scarborough, Ontario, what is the one thing you are most looking forward to this week leading up to Super Bowl 58?
Well, I mean, we have so many fun events this week, but I think I'm most looking forward to the big game on Sunday. We have a few side bets right now. We're in Vegas, of course. There's going to be more bets going on. We were doing our panel hits earlier, and Luke kind of asked Davis and I, okay, Usher's the halftime show. Let's put a little side wager on this. What do you think the first song is going to be? So I went with Yeah. He went with OMG. Davis wanted a couple more days to think about it. And so we got a little side hustle going on the first song for Usher at the halftime show. So we'll see who wins some money on Come Someday.
I love it. Kara Wagland, thank you so much for joining us for Media Night, and I hope you have a great week and enjoy the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
And don't forget, after the Super Bowl is over, our show will follow the Super Bowl. And don't forget, look at all those faces behind me. They will all be contributing to this show on Super Bowl week. We just heard from Kara Wagland. James Duthie will be joining us later in the week. Mike Garofolo from Vegas. Davis Sanchez. Bachelor host Jesse Palmer, proud Canadian. He'll be joining us. Farhan Lalji, Dave Naylor, and of course, the one and only Luke Wilson.